Standing here with former RNC Chair Michael Steele. I wanted to get a reaction from you about the Melania Trump speechwriter. They released a statement saying that speechwriter did indeed talk to Melania Trump about the speech. Melania Trump talked to her about people that she admired, including Michelle Obama, and shared some phrases with the speechwriter. That speechwriter then included some of those phrases.
Without attribution.
Exactly.
Right.
This is day 3, and it keeps trickling
Well,
and trickling and trickling.
With that now, with those statements coming out, I think this pretty much puts an end to it. I mean, you got the speechwriter who's now given us context so that we see how this thing evolved and what it meant and how we got to where we got to on Monday night. So hopefully now they can begin to put that behind them. They need to. They don't need that to cloud Governor Pence's speech tonight. They don't need that to be the lead-off talking point tomorrow morning before Donald Trump's speech. So the timing on this, I think, is appropriate and good to begin to contextualize what happened so that we all now at least understand the timeline and put this behind them because they can't afford this conversation. It is a huge embarrassment to Melania. She didn't deserve it. And her speech was elegant, she was graceful, and she humanized Donald in a way, talking about her husband. And then to have all that undermined the way it was, not only was it poor staffing, but it was handled, I think, poorly.
The speechwriter did submit her resignation. Mr. Trump rejected that, right. And she also did apologize. She said it was her mistake.
Yeah, absolutely. And we know Donald Trump. He is loyal to a fault. I mean, so that does not surprise me that he rejected the resignation. It still doesn't mean that she won't resign. All right. I think this is a good period, meaning the end. And, we'll see where it goes from there. It'll be a little bit of a story through the rest of the afternoon, I'm sure, as all of this kind of forms itself up. But they had to get this over with. And we didn't need to have Melania walk into this hall with that still hanging over her head on Thursday night. And so I do have
one other quick question for you. We understand red meat for the masses is red meat for the masses when you're talking about rhetoric. Right. But in your opinion, the lock it up Hillary Clinton.
Lock her up?
Yeah. What is your thought about that? Is it too much? Is there just a little too much?
I know a lot of folks will disagree with me, but I was a party chairman, state, county, national. We engage in political rhetoric, I see that as no different than Joe Biden getting up there talking about if you elect a Republican, they're going to start burning churches again. So is that hot rhetoric enough for you? Yeah, I think that's kind of hot, rather offensive. But I don't think anyone was reacting to that the way they were reacting to this. So context matters. In the middle of a hotly contested political convention, you have red-blooded, hot-blooded, activists out there screaming their passion. I can't wait to hear what comes out of the Democrat convention next week about Donald Trump. So, it's going to play on both sides. Perspective and context matters. This is a political season. This is political rhetoric that's a part of that season. Having said that, there are lines. That if it pushes towards violence, if it pushes towards something that could create harm more broadly, then that's a different conversation. But I don't know who's going to lock up Hillary Clinton since the AG and the FBI have kind of cleared her of any opportunity to do that. So we'll see how the rest of the convention plays out. And we'll have a keen ear to the sounds that emanate from the convention floor in Philly next week.
Okay. Former RNC Chair Michael Steele, again, thank you so much. I appreciate it.